today we're gonna be reading Yandere/Your Ex-Listener. Amazing, right? Also I'm recording this a little bit earlier than usual because I have a concert soon, so this is a little bit earlier videos. But before I even begin, y'all, guess what? I said this in my most recent video, which is, Carnage Ex-Listener. You should go totally check that out. I recently made a Discord server, and y'all should definitely check it out if you can. The link is in the description, and also my user is also in the description as well. Just in case if the link does not work, you never know what happens, because those links go crazy. It's insane how weird the links work. Sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't, and I completely understand. So don't worry, muchachas. Just send a quick message on Discord to me if it doesn't work, and I'll give you the invite. Don't y'all worry. Anyway, we is in chapter 16, helpful to horrifying. Oh no. He knew Hannibal? Did that mean he knew about Mikael and Freddy as well? You know Hannibal? You trailed off and gave a cough before continuing. But I could have been talking about any psychiatrist or therapist. Of course Hannibal is a... Jason dipped his head while taking another step closer to you. Ryan, dearest, what on earth are you doing here? A familiar voice cut into the conversation. A dark-haired male entering the scene. Hannibal. And Camp Crystal Lake, of all places. I hardly think you'd come here alone. You didn't, did you? Why are you here? You shyly asked. Your stiff stance softening up due to the fact that Hannibal had arrived. What business could you have at Camp Crystal Lake? And how come Jason isn't attacking you? To answer your question, I have business with Jason, so that's why he's leaving me alone. Hannibal paused for a split second or two. However, I suggest you leave Camp Crystal Lake, otherwise you might end up hurt. Hurt? More hurt than not taking the hypocil and dealing with a dream demon we both know and don't want to see? You retorted quietly, trying to appear somewhat assertive. Touché. You did take the hypocil, though, did you not? He clearly questioned you seriously. Kruger is not someone like yourself you should associate with. Before he could finish, Jason snarled from absolute dislike and disgust, stomping his foot while he showed his hate. Kruger is the worst, he hissed out. But you know Freddy as well as Hannibal? Your eyes widened as you glanced back towards the hockey masked male, growing more and more perplexed from the situation. What exactly is going on here? Girl, we all know what's going on. You're just not clicking really well. Man, you're just not clicking like ding, 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 huh? And then you're gonna figure out too late. And she's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I figure this out earlier? Because you're stupid. Anyway. Wait, hold on. Where are we at? Okay. The two of them have history. Hannibal delicately explained. Long story short, Kruger faked being Jason's deceased mother for a while back, and now they've been enemies ever since. He kept it short and sweet, not wanting to freak you out with certain details. Before you could respond, Jason's hand curled around your wrist and tugged you towards him, his mother telling him that you weren't a threat. Hey! You stuttered in surprise, doubling slightly. What are you doing? Jason, stop that right now, Hannibal ordered sternly. Just because she isn't a threat doesn't mean you treat her in such a manner. So apologize now. Pretty girl. Jason pulled you into a hug and wrapped his arms around your body, clearly happy. Likes Crystal Lake, didn't judge. Hannibal merely raised an eyebrow. Be that as it may be, you shouldn't grab her so forcefully. That's tremendously rude. Hannibal, I see you, fool. But what about the others? Y'all understand whenever we progress, don't worry. He told the other male sharply, folding his arms and trying to help you out. Mommy's told me it was okay. Yeah, Jason mumbled and lowered his head a little, feeling aggravated. I love her. Wait, what? You loudly stammered, the awkwardness in the air rising. Thank goodness Hannibal was here, otherwise who knows what would have been down. That's ridiculous. Hannibal dismissed the love confession immediately, both eyebrows raised by this point. You can't love someone you just met. True, I hate to disappoint, but that's not true love, nor will it ever be. Hannibal interrupted in a steely tone, helping you out of Jason's hold. Wyatt needs to head home, so I suggest you stop this foolishness. I see them flirty glances, Hannibal. You should stop this foolishness. You should stop the foolishness. You be flirting with her since day one. I don't want to hear you speak. Maybe you should follow your own advice. He shook his head at the Camp Crystal Lake killer and let go of your hand once you were out of his grasp. Thanks. You whispered to the dark-haired male timidly, a little shaken. He merely nodded. Besides, we have things we need to discuss, do we not? Hannibal talked to Jason coldly about the other three. Where are we at? Wyan stays. The child-minded male snapped. Wyan stays. He said, once again snatched your wrist and yanked you back in his direction. His position of growing by the minute. Actually, I don't start this. Hannibal rolled his eyes and stifled a stern sigh. You'll just aggravate Cougar and Mikael. Probably Norman as well if he ever meets her. Who's Norman? You turned your head towards Hannibal in confusion whilst you attempted to tug your hand out of Jason's hold. And why does Jason like me so much? Mine, Jason loudly decided, tightening his hold on you. Mine. Norm is one of my housemates. Hannibal replied lightly. Someone who shares a house with Mikael, Freddy, and myself. He flashed a false smile and spilt part of the truth, not wanting to completely unnerve you. Hang on. You are stunned. You live with Mikael and Freddy? You asked him in a strangled voice. That is true. Hannibal dipped his head as a nod. However, I'd appreciate if you didn't tell anyone about this. It might prove to make things more difficult. He spoke to you in a sickly sweet manner, shooting Jason a glare and silently demanding your release. With a disgruntled sound, Jason slowly let go of you and stared at the ground in disappointment. More difficult? You nervously echoed. Of course, girl, they're literally killers. Shit, I'll make it more difficult. 911? Hola, ¿dónde está la policía? 911? Where the hell? There's some fucking killers here, bro. There's a cannibal, a weird child, man. Like, bro, there's gonna be Mikael, Mikey Mears, and there's gonna be Burnt Man coming through. Like, you need to ASAP them cars. Like, I don't know what you need to do, but you need to speed a light to come here, because I swear I get one cut and I'm shooting your ass. It's like, what the hell type of shit is this? You are for a killer. Like, this is a mess. We just on the phone, just like, screaming at the phone like crazy. Exactly. And like, hold on. Exactly. And like I said before, I have something to speak to Jason about. So if you wouldn't mind, wait. You hurriedly spoke up. I thought Freddy Cougar lived in the dream realm. But if that's true, how does he also live with you for? 3. Hannibal corrected you politely. Jason stays in Camp Crystal Lake. It's just Norman, Mikael, Freddy, and I living in a living arrangement, my dear YN. His answer made you stiffen up, now incredibly feeling awkward. So, if Mikael and Jason and Freddy are murderers, you took a deep breath and looked at Hannibal straight in the eye. Does that mean that you and Norman are killers as well? You bit your lip, wanting to at least keep some of your composure. I would keep none. I would be pulling that Glock 47, that phone, my trusty teléfono, and ring up 911. policia! Like, bro, I be screaming at the phone like, I swear if I get one scratch, y'all is so fucked. Like, a slight smirk spread across his face as he tilted your chin upwards with his forefinger and thumb. That's a secret, he mischievously murmured. A devious chuckle slipped through his lips a second later. Ooh, I see flirtations. I see you, fool. I'm not blind like the rest. You didn't know how to respond to all that. Fear flooding your veins as you felt your feet fell glued to the spot. Now then, Hannibal's voice changed to a more business-like tone. The dark-haired man locking eyes with Jason. Should we go with you now that you know some of our secrets? I won't tell anyone, you squeaked out without thinking, panicking inwardly. I promise I won't. Bro, the first thing I would tell is my best friend. You might say, I might not tell anybody. But best friend. BFF. She's a part of me, dude. Like, they are a part of me. They have to know. If one side knows, the other must know. And then that's it. Like, I won't tell anybody. Tells my best friend. Ding, 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 ding. Like, of course, it's a secret with me, us. Me, us. Yes, me, us. But how do we know that you'll keep said promise? Hannibal's smirk twisted into a sadistic smile, his thumb brushing the bottom of your chin skin as he played around with your anxious state. What do you think we should do, Jason? Jason looked back up, thinking for a moment or two. Pinky promise! Pinky promise! He chanted childishly, ignoring his immature suggestion. Hannibal debated over the dispute and then smiled agilically. Whatever. How about this? He spoke to you instead of Jason, his expression now extremely smug. See, you bitch, you trying to get her into your house, into your bedroom? If you keep all of our secrets, I suppose we can let you live. This man is really, really trying to make her his. Wow. Like, if y'all don't see it, I see it. Because, like, he's trying to, like, lure her in and trap her in his claws to, like, to lick like ice cream. I'm not ice cream, bro. I'm not helado. I'm not mantecado. I'm not none of that. But I'm very juicy. But not for you. Later. Or $5 an hour. I demand money. One lick, $5 a lick. All of your secrets? You repeated faintly, gazing into his, I thought that said dimensionized, cement-shaped orbs and trying your best to not shake or tremble. Otherwise, Hannibal carried on as if you never spoke. As soon as you run out of hypocil, I won't prescribe you any more, which means Kruger will be able to give you the worst nightmares you can imagine. Then, we'll eventually kill you. He finished, feeling amused by your horrid face. How cute. Wow, bro, do not get you a man like this. I don't care if you're into toxic. Do not get you a man like this. Get you a man before he started doing this, but this is a ginormous red flag. Red flag on the team. Player, what do? Get the fork out. Get the fork out. If you know what I mentioned that from, you're a real one. Hashtag TikTok. Hashtag account. I don't remember. You tried to answer, but your throat was dry from the distress you felt. Swallowing, you tried again. I won't. Ooh. Please don't be any ads. No! Okay, y'all, so we is in chapter 17, Talk Between Two Slashers. Good choice. Hannibal flashed you a fake friendly smile before releasing your chin, moving into the middle of you and Jason. Now, on to more important matters. Why? Why have you come here? Jason spoke roughly. He demanded to know, facing Hannibal with his machete raised threateningly. I came here because I need to discuss something with you, Hannibal politely announced, folding his arms once more. Like what? Jason growled defensively, gripping his weapon with utmost of force. Keep your kills inside of Camp Crystal Lake, or its outskirts. You understand me? Hannibal got straight to the point. If the trespassers leave Camp Crystal Lake before you kill them, let Mikael, Freddy, Norman, or myself handle it. You're causing a scene and the public is starting to notice. He darkly finished. I'm not doing anything wrong. Jason fired back fiercely. Mommy tells me to. How many times do we have to go through this? Hannibal sharply shook his head. Your mother is no longer with us, and she certainly does not talk to you. But anyway, besides the point. You're a liar. A liar. The hockey masked male argued wildly. Mommy tells me to. Hannibal merely rolled his eyes and moved on, used to this from the Crystal Lake killer. Just don't kill people outside of the camp, all right? He firmly ordered. You'll just create a mess for the rest of us to clear up. A mess? You timidly repeated, shifting from foot to foot and looking at Hannibal to Jason in the complete confusion. Don't worry about it, my dear. Hannibal brushed your sentence off lightly. I just meant we're usually a lot more incompetitious is all. Jason and Kruger simply need to rein it in a little bit. You took a step back, trying to appear somewhat composed. I see. Taking a deep breath, you tried your best to look calm and collected. Bitch, me? Calm and collected? Bitch, I'd be freaked out and going crazy, spitting out the most craziest shit out my mouth, and running faster than Sonic the Hedgehog, bro. I'd be running so fast. Flash would be like, oh my gosh. You're the Flash, ma'am? I'm like, no, you are, but I'm the fastest, you know. I'm like, running so fast. I switch universes, bro. I would go to a whole straight up another planet that might be habitable. Who knows? Excuse me. Thinking that maybe, just maybe, we could actually keep their secret. Wow, you just made a promise you probably couldn't keep. If you'll excuse me, I think I'll head back home now. You spoke up shyly, continue to hold your arm with the other. Fair enough. Hannibal dipped his head and gave you another yet false smile. Remember our agreement, though, dearest YN? Right. Your tone of voice trembled a little, not wanting to be on their bad side. I'm sure I'll see you guys again, probably soon, so take care. You trailed off uneasily. Why, thank you, Hannibal pleasantly replied. You too, my dear. Don't forget to take the hypocil. He reminded you in a soft voice, raising his hand as a respectful wave. At least he was being civil towards you. I won't. You responded, completely stressed out by how many promises you had to keep. I really do have to go now. After saying that, you gave a nervous wave of your own and raced off, heading towards Camp Crystal Lake's entrance. What the hell had you gotten yourself into now? Keeping secrets for serial killers and slashers? Hiding said secrets from Amber, Laura, Candace, and your mom? What about the hypocil? Freddy was gonna be furious. I would be more furious with him, like, mira, te callas o te callo. I swear, if he yells at me, like, te callas o te callo, okay, pendejo? Like, we gonna have fucking issues if you keep yelling at me, fool, because we gonna have a backhand, like, contest. We gonna see who's gonna win, because you're gonna be crying on the floor. Like, we gonna fight. And as soon as we start seeing, like, him take off, like, all the sharpened nails. Oh, Patricia, get the gun, girl. Get the gun. Like, get the gun. Let's go crazy. Let's go crazy. Okay. But you promised Hannibal you would take it. So what were you meant to do? Take it. Doy. Everything was so messed up. Tears pricked at the edge of your eyes. A sigh slipped through your lips as you started to walk home. Your friends. You should probably text your friends and tell them you were alright. Hopefully Candace and Laura had made their way back to the hospital. And they didn't even call the police for you? What crappy friends. so they could take their injuries and recover from said fiasco. And then they don't get suspicious when you start disappearing more often? What? Dumb friends, Jesus Christ. You were so distracted by your distressed thoughts that you didn't see someone in front of you, causing you to crash into said person and falling onto the ground, landing on your butt. As karma. I'm so sorry, you explained quickly, wiping your eyes and shaking your head. I didn't see... Your voice died out when you realized who it was, not expecting to bump into Mikael. You there? He stared down at you and gave a nod, taking out the trusty pen and notepad. Why were you about to cry? Did something happen over there? You forced a smile and climbed to your feet, fighting back more tired tears. No, everything's fine. Your whole body was stiff and stressed out, the scary situation making you exhausted. You are the worst liar I've ever seen. What happened? His reply made your face finally break, tears flooding your face while you flung your arms around said killer. Oh, Mikael, Hannibal said he'd stop prescribing me hypocil if I didn't keep my promise not to expose you all, which means I get nightmares again, and most likely from Freddy, and I just don't know, I just know he's going to be so mad at me for taking the hypocil in the first place. I swear I wouldn't. Your forcefully sobbed, not being able to handle how much you felt. But Hannibal forced me to take it, and after that, Jason randomly fell in love with me and calling it true love. Just don't tell anyone about us and you'll be fine, Mikael wrote after your tearful wail, wrapping his arms around you and resting his head on top of yours. Ignore Freddy. He acts tough, but he's really just a weakling. As for Jason, he's a pathetic, child-minded baby. Mikael scribbled down after the quick hug. I don't think Freddy's a weakling. You hesitantly disagreed, shuddering when you remembered the slash in the nightmares. I think you all can be a bit traumatizing. Your comment caused Mikael to ruffle your hair with his right hand, then caress your cheek with it, a faint pink color tinting your face so you avoided his gaze. Well, what about Hannibal? You weakly asked. Why did Freddy warn me about him? He didn't seem that dangerous to me. Mikael stiffened up and pulled his hand away from your face, his stare growing steely and stern. Hannibal is a sadistic psychopath. Stay away from him and keep yourself safe. That's what I'm be saying, fool. Like, this girl is just the head of trouble. The head and heels. Anyways, chapter 18, a warning for Mikael. Keep myself safe? Yeah, but you somehow by miracle avoid that. You're like, safety? What is that? Psh. Oh, that looks habitable. Like danger. Oh, that looks habitable. Oh my gosh. You stared down at the notepad nervously, not understanding why Mikael out of all people would warn you about Hannibal. Weren't they a group of killers? Then again, that's a secret. Now then, what should we do with you now that you know some of our secrets? But you know that you'll keep set. How do we know you'll keep set promise, What do you think we should do, Jason? How about this? We'll let you live if you keep all of our secrets. Otherwise, as soon as you run out of hypocil, I won't prescribe to you anymore. Which means Kruger will be able to get you the worst nightmares you can imagine, and then we'll eventually kill you. Actually, I see your point. Finally, Jesus, it took you long enough. You flashed him a stressed-out smile before returning the notepad to the white-masked male. Mikael nearly nodded, taking the notepad from your grasp and tucking it into his boiler suit's pocket. His main focus now being to interact with the other two males. Good luck speaking to Hannibal and Jason. You shyly spoke. I'm sure whatever you want to say will get across to them. And thanks for making me feel a little bit better. Y'all, by the way, Mikael and your guys' relationship will get better from here, I promise. Especially in the book 2, which I will read. I promise. I made a devotion after this one. If I manage to finish it, even though it's like freaking 74 chapters, I will read it. I promise. I pinky promise you all. That's a lot of pinkies, but still. It's a ginormous pinky ass promise. Anyway, if I somehow don't read it after this book, you must comment it down like, you broke the promise, you better read it or else. And then I'll read it. Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds great. You received another nod as his stare softened. His eyes warmed whilst he walked past you and headed into Camp Crystal Lake. You, on the other hand, started to walk back to where you lived and decided to call your friends. You didn't want them to freak about whether or not you survived, and yet they still didn't call the fucking police. What good friends! In fact, you were praying that they didn't run to the police or anything drastic. Shut your dumb ass up. Then the killers might blame you instead of them. Not that you wanted the slashers to target your friends. That's not what you wanted at all. All you wanted was none of this to have happened. Whipping out your phone, you dialed Amber's number in hopes she wouldn't freak out. Amber? You spoke worriedly into the phone. I was just wondering you, Laura, and Candace were doing all right. Why, you're okay? Amber yelled, her voice revealed yet panicked. How did you escape? Did the monster let you go or something? We've been also worried. I'm fine, Amber, you interrupted. I was wondering if you three were okay. You quickened your pace as you glanced up at the sky, noticing it was almost nighttime. Us three? Us three? She shouted wildly. You were the one that stayed behind and almost got attacked by someone with a psychopath. You were the one that could have been injured or killed by a copycat my lips. Copycat Crystal Lake Killer. You were the one that took it for the team. And you're concerned about us three? Amber's strange shouts had a point. And you bit your lip, wondering what to say. Yeah? You slowly answered. Candace got hit with pocket knives. Candace and Laura got hit with pocket knives. Actually, speaking of which, you almost did as well. So there's no need to worry about me. Still, Amber lashed out. You could have died because of some psychic maniac. Are you three okay or not? You ignored her and repeated your question from a few minutes ago, trying to hurry on home. Candace is still being looked at right now, and Laura's chest just got bandaged. Amber informed you, her tone of voice sounding infuriated. But there's something you need to know. Something utterly ridiculous. What's the matter? What's so ridiculous? What do I need to know about? You asked, you questioned and concerned. Oh, Ryan, it's awful. Just awful. Amber cried, her sudden voice volume switch startling you and making you almost drop your phone. What's so awful, Amber? You curiously inquired, knowing that she would exaggerate situations sometimes. No one will take us seriously about the monster at Camp Crystal Lake, she burst out dramatically. They think we're making this up, that we're covering up how we really just received these injuries. Amber, does that sound even worse? 3 of us got in trouble for quote-unquote trespassing on the Camp Crystal Lake property. 3 of us? How come you didn't say 4? Duh, because you don't want you to get in trouble, fool. Man, this girl's so dumb sometimes. Your thoughts were clouded with confusion, not getting why you weren't included. We didn't mention that you were there. What Amber said surprised you. After helping us like you did, it didn't seem right. Besides, what kind of friends would we be if the 3 of us included and betrayed you like that? Yeah, you betrayed her enough by not calling the fucking police. I would have been beyond pissed. If I was her and I died, I would be a ghost murdering your asses in your sleep. I swear I would. I swear. On God I would. If I was in this universe. Thank goodness I'm not. Anyway. Aw, Amber. Relieved. You really filled your thoughts. Grateful for her gesture. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry you're in so much trouble, though. Will you guys be okay? We should be. Amber spoke with uncertainty. How about you? Will you be okay? You're not hurt or anything, are you? No, don't worry. I'm fine. You reassured her, making your way downtown. For some reason, he didn't try to hurt me. I really don't know why. It was strange. He didn't? She sounded surprised, unable to believe what you just told her. How come? Did you do something to change his mind? I don't think so. Anyway, I have to get going. It's getting late. You spoke, slightly hoping that Mikael hadn't somehow gotten into your room again. You weren't as afraid of him, but you didn't want to see him. But I'll speak to you tomorrow, Amber. You huffed tiredly. I'm exhausted. All right, YN. She gave in and sighed. I hope you have a good night. You too. You hung up after you said that, reaching your home and opening the door. Why, honey, you're home. Your mother greeted you in a happy manner, giving you a hug and nuzzling into your neck. How was your shopping trip? My what? You responded, completely forgetting about the light. Oh shit. You said you were supposed to go shopping, remember? She pulled away from the hug and cocked her head to the side, clearly confused. Oh, that sounds nice. Where are you off for then? I think Amber wanted to do some shopping, actually. I'm just really tagging along with, to be honest. Yeah, that sounds like you, Ian. Oh, well, you flushed a faint pink before continuing. I'm a bit tired, but we did go shopping. Amber got a new dress, and Laura decided to buy a leather jacket. Candace and I didn't really get anything, though. You lied. Right. Your mom seemed a bit suspicious, but let it go, shooting you a warm smile. Would you like something to eat? I'm sure you're super hungry after being out all day. No thanks, Mom. The four of us ate when we were out. You lied once again, feeling bad. I'm just gonna go upstairs, and I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little sleepy. Don't forget the hypocil, babes. Your mother reminded you softly. You don't want those nasty nightmares again, do you? Definitely not. You smiled and stifled a yawn, thankful that today was at an end. I love you, Mom. Hopefully you sleep. Excuse me. Hope you sleep well. Same to you, darling. She kissed your cheek and cuddled you quickly, moving to the side so you could reach the stairs and get to your bedroom. Entering your bedroom, you shut the door behind you and grabbed the PJs from your chest of drawers, talking to yourself a bit. I hope I sleep well too. You muttered to yourself, bearing in mind I gave my word to Hannibal and I wouldn't say anything. And then I take the hypocil. Today's been one hell of a day, and I'm not sure if I can do this, but if I don't, wonder what'll happen if you don't, huh, bitch? A voice from behind you made you freeze in fright, recognizing exactly who the voice that was. Freddy. You spun around and saw a certain dream demon leaning against your bedroom door, his arms crossed while he simply glared in your general direction. Freddy? Freddy, you're supposed to be in your habitation. You're Vanessa. Like Vanessa. Chapter 19, Dealing with the Dream Demon. Oh no. Hold on. Turns out that someone couldn't keep their word about hypocil. How can they? The burnt male gritted his teeth and held out his bladed fingernails. He needed to cut them fingernails by a lot. Reminds me of my freaking dad's nails, like super freaking long. It's annoying. Taking a few steps towards you, Wilty narrowed his eyes. What are you doing here? You timidly asked, taken aback by his random appearance. Shouldn't you be in the dream realm where Hannibal said you usually reside? I came here to see why you broke your promise. Freddy snapped, swiping at your bedroom wall, leaving violent-looking scratch marks, and decided to hang out with losers like Mikael, voyeurs, and Hannibal instead. That's not what happened. You folded your arms and flicked your head off to the side, feeling annoyed by his accusations. That's not at all what had happened at all. Once you said that, a sudden gasp slipped your lips due to the fact that his left hand curled around your wrist and teleported you onto your bed. What are you doing? You yelped in alarm, not expecting to be pushed down so frankly. Finding out what happened. Freddy's sharp nails trailed down across your cheek as he pinned you down roughly. Man, this better not. Boy, you better not get. I see how you is. A tomboyish smirk spread across his facial features. Now, are you actually going to tell me what happened? Or do I have to play it with your thoughts until I find out? Well, it's just, You kept trailing off, feeling nervous about what to say or where to start. It's just that I don't really know what to say or where to start. Freddy's expression suddenly darkened. You don't know where to start, huh? He coldly repeated. Why don't you start by telling me about the hypocil? That sounds like a good fucking place to start. His voice was vicious and unfriendly, causing you to both feel anxious and awkward. You hesitated, wondering how to explain. He didn't like Hannibal. You knew that for a fact. So how would you tell him about your encounters with said psychiatrist? Can I think about my answer instead of, trying to explain it on full on? You questioned, receiving a curt nod in return, guessing that meant you could. A slight pop of reminder. This is where they start going through the background, like through her memories. So before you get confused, yes, this is them going through the memories.
Yes.
Yes, actually, you should know that messing with a dream demon and wearing the hypocil pills won't end well. I never said I was. You may not be messing with him, but it seems like he's messing with you. I think it would be best in your best interest to stop interacting with him. He doesn't seem that dangerous though when it comes to Mia anyway. Yes, he does seem to have some sort of soft spot when it comes to spending time with you, but I don't think that's a particularly good thing. So, you think I should stop spending time with him? I mean, I promised him that I wouldn't actually use the hypocil pills, and in return, he promised me that he won't try and attack me, but that doesn't really seem like a bad trade. Do you really want to spend time with someone who was only letting you survive so they can give you love bites? Trust me, my dear, I'd rather keep you safe and get you some well-earned rest, rather than have you watched being toyed around with by some cautiously aroused dream demon. Maybe I should start taking a hypocil, just so I can catch up on sleep. Believe me, the things Kruger will have told you won't be true. I bet he's told you all sorts of things about me, to lure you closer to him and away from me. You see that Mikael Myers was almost worse than, well, you, and that my opinion of you was wrong, and then he said that you were one of the most dangerous killers he's ever seen. You're very welcome. Just promise me something and swear that you'll do it. Sure, I'll do anything as long as it isn't too complicated. Promise me you'll start taking those hypocil pills, YN. It is incredibly important, seeing as if you notice the bags under your eyes and how exhausted you are. Please. It's just, he's not good for you, YN. Love bites are just the beginning. He won't hesitate to take it further with you, probably without permission, too. Alright, I'll start taking the hypocil, I swear. I'm glad to hear it. You'll be much safer. In fact, there's something I think you should know. Something you think I should know? Something about Freddy. You see, he can sort of come into the real world. I don't know how long he's been able to do that, but the hypocil will at least stop one ways to mess with your mind, YN. He's dangerous. Don't involve yourself with him. Okay, I won't. Freddy released a venomous growl, his hold on you tightening when he realized that Hannibal was behind it. Of course he was. And you just listened to him? He hissed. What the fuck is wrong with you, YN? I just thought he had a better argument than yours. I mean, he's not the one who cut my collarbone, ripped a knife glove of my thigh, or slashed the back of my shoulder, you pointed out, growing defenses towards the dream demon. I'm just saying. A wild laugh tore through his throat as Freddy found your response to be half amusing and half aggravating. How had Hannibal planned this all out or something? Thank goodness you haven't met Norman yet. That would have made things even more complicated. Hannibal's got you so wrapped around his finger. You're like a fucking wedding ring. He sneered scornfully, his metal claw scraping down the side of your face while he struggled to control himself. I am not naive, you angrily argued, thinking back to what Hannibal had told you. He then told me I was unbelievably naive, you mumbled, not being able to look at the psychiatrist properly. Excuse me. Your cheeks turned pink once he cradled your face with both hands, his expression now one of compassion. Oh, man, you were a lot of things, but you were not naive. At least, not in my opinion. He gently spoke, his kindness hitting you hard. Really? Really? Jesus fucking Christ. Freddy swore under his breath and leaned back, grinding his teeth as he wondered how to fix this. Hannibal was the dangerous one here. Not just him, along with that freak Mikael and that babyish Voorhees. Delving into your memories, he discovered that what happened earlier today, a spark of hope flickered inside him. If you'll excuse me, I think I'll head back home now. Fair enough. Remember our agreement, though, dearest YN. Right. I'm sure I'll see you guys again probably soon. So take care. Why, thank you. You too, my dear. Don't forget about the hypocil. I won't. I really do have to go, though, now. And what about the hypocil? Freddy was going to be furious. But you promised Hannibal you would take it. So what were you meant to do? Everything was so messed up. Tears pricked at the edge of your eyes, a sigh slipping through your lips as you started to walk home. I'm so sorry. I didn't see. By the way, y'all, this is memories. This is memories of Freddy going through your mind. So I'm rereading because I can. Because these are cute moments and sad moments. Depends. Shush. I'm so sorry. I didn't see. Michael, what are you doing at Camp Crystal Lake? Is everything okay? Why were you about to cry? Did something happen over there? No, everything is fine. You are the worst liar I've ever seen. What happened? Oh, Hannibal. Oh, Mikael. Freddy said he stopped. Hannibal, he said that he'd stopped. Oh my god. I can't speak fast anymore. No. Hypo said to me if I didn't keep my promise to not expose you all, which means I had to get nightmares again, and most likely from Freddy, and I just know he's going to be mad at me for not taking the hypocil in the first place, and then I swore I wouldn't, but Hannibal forced me to take it, and after that, Jason randomly fell in love with me and calling it true love. Just don't tell anyone about us and you'll be fine. Ignore Freddy. He acts tough, but he's really just a weakling. As for Jason, he's just a pathetic, child-minded baby. I don't think Freddy is a weakling. I think you all can be a bit traumatizing. Well, what about Hannibal? Why did Freddy warn me about him? He didn't see that dangerous to me. Hannibal is a sadistic sociopath. It actually said psychopath. I see your error. Haha, I see it. Stay away from him and keep yourself safe. So that's what happened. Freddy muttered to himself, his tone sharp and slightly sour. Mikael warned you about Hannibal, and Hannibal warned you about me. Is there anything else I should know about any of you? You sat up and looked at him with a worried gaze, now a little afraid. It's not like you were dealing with 4, possibly 5 killers here. Anything else? A dark and devious grin stretched across the demon's dry lips. Need some chapstick for that. Freddy, finding your words to be partly fairly funny. Mikael is a stalkerish freak. Voorhees is a pathetic child, and Hannibal, believe it or not, is probably the worst out of all of us. Norman, well, you haven't met Norman, so it doesn't matter. Alright, y'all, so I'm sorry to stop at that, but oh my lordy lord, we might be the new killer next. Oh my goodness. Crazy. Also, did I read too fast? I mean, I know I read like super fast in some parts because I felt like that's what she would do, like and then like, you know, just speaking super fast. And I try my best. Sometimes I speak fast like that, but that's just it's in rare occurrences. I think this is the first time I did it on a video. Look at that. What a rare video. Yeah, I should put this in a playlist. # rare videos. Rare moments in Dreamland's channel. But anyways, what do you think is gonna happen next? Will our girl be safe? Will she suddenly not trust Hannibal as much as she used to before? Will something happen that will traumatize her more? Let me know in the comments down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more amazing videos, guys. I am honestly going crazy right now. I don't know why. I was actually watching Special Ed, the newest updated video of God of War. I literally got it whenever it had actually had probably 100 views maybe, but I was early. Whatever, I was early. As soon as I saw the notification, but let me tell you how fast I ran to that video. Oh my goodness. And I watched the whole thing. It was so good. I don't want to put any spoilers here, but spoiler warning if you haven't watched it. Bro, basically, if we all remember, the kid fell sick because he thought he was only human, and not knowing that he was a god was slowly, killing him. And then Kratos had to get a heart of some sort of weird creature, and difficult, but not impossible. And we find out in their version of hell, it is freezing ass cold. And for some reason, old people go there, even if they didn't do anything, which is really stupid. And the only ones who go to Asgard, heaven, quote unquote, would be strong warriors or something like that. I'm like, what the hell? That's messed up. They really need to fix that system for real. And then, basically when he got the hurt, he quickly went back to that witch, Freya, I think. I don't even remember her name. She did a concoction, fed the heart juice to the kid, or well, he sniffed it. He went like, I can sing again, like, oh. And he's like, I'm back from my coma, and now he in the end finds out that he's a god or part god or whatever, and he's like, can I turn into an animal? Like, he's just asking the most childish questions, but I honestly would be asking those questions like, can I turn into an animal? What animal would I be? And then we all know that he's particularly really smart in all types of languages. So would he be the god of language? I mean, it'd be pretty interesting because I don't think he'd be the god of war. I think he'd be the god of languages or something like that. And that would be super interesting. We'll find out, maybe or maybe not. I'm not too sure. And I'm glad that Kratos and his son are finally connecting more and more and more. And I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy that they're connecting more and more. I'm really happy because, I was crying, bro. I was crying. I was like, bro, you didn't have to do me like that. Like, I was crying. Because I'm a very emotional person, and y'all should know that because I cried in one or two of my videos. I particularly cried in the Ben X Reader, the final one, and because it was so sad. And someone warned me, and I was preparing myself, but clearly I didn't prepare well enough. Mistakes happen, people. Mistakes happen. And and then also my friend also gave me a link to watch the Cuphead show, which I will be watching. The Cuphead show, people. And I don't know. I did promise them I would read, fan fiction. So we'll see. Anyways, for now I have to go, y'all. Make sure I answer them damn questions in the comments down below, please. But dang. Anyways, I got to go. Bye and peace.